Hey guys, welcome back to another craft room chat. I am not sure if I'm talking strangely because I have a clog in my ear. I forget what it's called, but it keeps coming back and then leaving, and it's just getting annoying. So I can't quite judge my, if I'm talking very loudly or if I'm talking very softly. And then I also have my heater running today because I am freezing. So I'm trying to combat that by talking louder. So if you hear a strange noise, that's probably what it is in the background. But I wanted to come on and do my 5 tips for busy people who want to color, because coloring is something that people find very daunting at times, but they still love it, so they want to do it. So these are kind of ways that can slim some time down so that you can actually enjoy coloring and, you know, fall back in love with it. Because sometimes, if it's a daunting task, of course we're not going to want to do it, and we're going to dread the thought of creating something or coloring something. Alright, so number 1 is look at your medium. So if you're using colored pencils, that could be taking up a big chunk of your time while coloring. If you're wanting to kind of slim some time off, get some markers, because that's going to give you a flat color in no time. Even if you go and look at some of my coloring videos, you'll see that when I use markers, it typically takes me a lot less time. Of course, it's also if you don't like marker colors, like if you don't like how they turn out, then you're gonna have to keep doing the medium that you're doing. But I like the look of kind of all medium, so I'm kind of flexible. So if I'm in a rush, maybe I'll use the markers instead of colored pencils. It just kind of depends. But markers are definitely a time saver, so look into them. There are some cheap versions. It doesn't have to break the bank. So number 2 is pre-stamp or pre-print your images. So if you're going to print off a digital stamp, print off 5 of them and have them ready to color whenever you want. Or if you're going to stamp one of your stamps, stamp 5 of them in a row and then just cut them out and, use the one that you're going to use right then, but then keep those extras handy so that whenever you get free time, you can pull one of those out and color it. So that way you don't, sit there like, oh, what should I color? Or, oh, I need to, plug the printer in to be able to print off a digital stamp to color, and then you're going to just be like, well, that takes too much time, so I'm not going to color today. So have those pre-stamped, pre-printed images in a little baggie off to the side, just waiting, for whenever you feel like you want to color, but you don't have much time, so just you want to hop into something real fast. Another tip is use a clipboard. Clipboards are going to be very useful for ergonomic reasons and also as a time saver, because with a clipboard you don't have to be sitting somewhere. You don't have to be at a desk. Like if you're on a bus or in a car, you can be coloring with that clipboard. And also with a clipboard, you're not facing, because like normally we color on a table, so we're hovering over our image to color. With a clipboard, you can have it right here and then color that way, and that's going to help you, with your posture and whatnot. So it's a little extra ergonomic and time saver because you can color anywhere, which is a great benefit, especially if you're doing like appointments and stuff. If you're waiting in a waiting room for 30 minutes, take your clipboard and a little baggie of markers and your images. And that's going to allow you to color, and then also if you're at an appointment, it's going to help you relax because it's coloring. And coloring is ultimately relaxing. I know some people have very bad experiences with it, but I think it relaxes you. Number 4, images. Take a look at your images. If your image is very small or very large, that's going to affect your time. Also, if you have different details, like normally an animal is easier to color than a human because of the details. Or take a look at your line weights. If you're coloring a cartoonish image versus a realistic image, your line weights are going to vary, and a cartoon probably is going to have very thick lines, which is going to give you an easier kind of just a block to color rather than a kind of very small detail to get in there and get in the grooves. Which also brings us to number 5, which is sharpen your pencils. Give it like the great point that everyone is always looking for when they sharpen. Just the sharpest point you can get without it breaking, you know. Because this is going to give you a concentrated point, which is going to give you an easier time to get into those details, and then also to get the pigment that you want instead of, you know, using a flat nub of a pencil, which is going to give you kind of just a flat surface of color. With the point, it's going to give you a more what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be more concentrated. I said that word already, but it's going to be, oh my gosh. I don't know, I just blanked, but I think you guys can understand what I'm saying. It's going to give you a great pigment rather than trying to use the nub to fill in to get that. But yeah, okay. And then also another, you know, use an electric sharpener to get that point, because if you're going to be using hand sharpener, it's going to take you a while. You're probably going to mess it up. I do it all the time. I accidentally crack the, you know, the point, and then I have to sharpen it again. So annoying. So invest in an electric sharpener. I haven't yet. I'm going to. I need to listen to my own advice and get the electric sharpener. I just, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, it can wait till next check. And then, you know, I just never do it. So, invest in the electric sharpener if you're going to be using pencils. But ultimately, you know, saving time, use the markers. But thought I'd give you that tip as well, just in case. But yeah, those are my tips for if you are busy and you want to still color. Hopefully they helped. I know they really shave off a lot of time so that I can, you know, get a coloring session in, kind of relax myself without feeling crunched for time, without, you know, feeling rushed to create something that I'm not ultimately going to love. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow for another video, another few videos. I know I'm like bombarding you with videos lately. It's because of the coloring challenge. Oh, it's just appropriate that I did a coloring craft room chat. I didn't even connect those dots there. Alright, I guess coloring is just on my brain. I hope you're having a crazy day. Good crazy, not bad crazy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.